Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host. Dysfunctional's World.
I'm your boy Sid, aka Mr. Let's Talk.
So let's talk.
What are we talking about today?
The push of women's movements throughout the universe.
Throughout the universe, the multiverse. You know, speaking of multiverse, that's a good place to start.
From the movies to the music to the culture. All right.
So let's start with the movies. Since
Okay.
we talk about the multiverse, right? Everybody know that Marvel Comics and the MCU, you know what I'm saying? Marvel Comic Universe, MCU, is being renamed, by the critics and the public, the M-SHE, S-H-E, the MCU, because they've been pushing a lot of these female characters. Now, stay with us on this one, y'all, because we going through different topics. We on movies right now. I made a video a couple days ago talking about why women don't support women activities, right? Now, with that line of thinking, I need y'all to be honest, right? And start thinking about some of these Marvel movies that's been coming out.
Did y'all support She-Hulk? I watched She-Hulk.
Well, she was a lawyer,
She was a lawyer.
and it didn't, I'm not being funny, but it didn't even make the Nielsen rating top 20, I think, or whatever.
It didn't.
Not
It
being
was
funny.
pretty good though.
Well, okay.
It showed her empowering. She slept with a couple dudes.
But the problem
she beat up
was-
some thugs.
The problem is, it was written by 6 women. Well, I ain't gonna say the problem is. This is according to the critics. Let me say that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The critics say, when you go get 6 women to write a show about a superhero who's never read the comic book about that superhero, and they made her a lawyer, and the 6 of them don't know
She
anything.
was a lawyer.
But I'm saying the 6 of the people who wrote the show don't know anything about law.
Okay.
So the scenes in the courtroom failed. They didn't read the comics, so they didn't stay on the storyline, so it failed.
Yeah, 'cause
And
she broke the fourth wall a couple times.
and on top of this, right? You got to know the history of the comic book. 95% of the comic book buyers were men because they made She-Hulk attractive. Not saying in the movie she wasn't, but I'm saying 95% of She-Hulk comic buyers were men.
Yeah.
Because they want the physical appearance, right? Even though she was a Hulk or whatever, they still made her look like a woman. She wasn't as big as she was on the show, right? Okay,
She
so
was decent size.
we go right, exactly. But she was way bigger than your average woman, right?
she's bigger than the average woman in the comic.
Absolutely. But in the comic, she was still shapely, very
still-
shapely.
she
She
was
was
still
still
shapely.
slim. She was slim in the comic. She was just strong. She was top heavy. Y'all know what I mean by that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. So, it was just different. I think you got to know more about the comics because the people who are watching these shows know about the comics. So you got to keep them interested, right? Okay. But like I said, we not women hating. We just talking about what's going on with this whole push right now. Okay. Also, when you talk, what's the other one? Wakanda Forever, right?
Black Panther.
It's not called Black Panther 2, y'all. And I hate to tell y'all that.
Well,
It's-
Black Panther 2 comes out in 2023.
Okay. See, this one is called Wakanda Forever. The official name, but us as black folks, y'all know what we do, right? The problem with movies like that, which was phenomenal, The Woman King, which is phenomenal, the problem with those kind of movies is you have 130, 40-pound women beating up 250-pound men.
That's not a realistic.
And this is
thing.
being portrayed and pushed, right? There's a video on the internet that went viral of a young lady crying because her female friends were telling her she couldn't beat up her boyfriend. And this is a real video. She was crying because she literally thought she could beat up her boyfriend who was standing in the cut laughing. And she really thought she can beat him up. See, movies like that are pushing the wrong image. And if you notice, a lot of the men be demasculated. They be soft. But when it comes to the box office sales, it don't carry over. Wakanda Forever did great the first week and fell off 70%, 79% to be exact, the second week.
Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna say.
Come on with it.
I watched Wakanda Forever.
Right?
As much as I want to say it was a good movie. It was a good movie. It had a okay plot. I think they could have did something better relating Chad Warwick to Black Panther, but he died. Shuri turned into an okay Black Panther. She was super smart Black Panther.
But
Namor was decent. That was a decent looking Mexican character who was super strong, breathe underwater, bulletproof, invincible, and she figured out the one way to beat him. So that was pretty cool.
Right, absolutely.
They made a truce at the end. She didn't kill him. I'm sorry if I'm spoiling the movie for y'all.
Right, yeah. Don't.
All right. But even in the Hulk, like she was interesting. It was an interesting character. Like they've never put her on a screen before, so it was an interesting way that the dynamic of how they made her a Hulk. Anyway, the real Hulk in the comic, she didn't love the law like that. Once she became a Hulk, she was really forward on being the Hulk.
And they even made the Hulk look weak in that lawyer show.
They did make her Bruce look
like
little,
Sean.
because she was just picking up on her strength too fast or too easily. Like things that like he had to learn, she was easily doing. And when he did his little Hulk smash or Hulk sonic boom, she's like, oh, okay, you still the Hulk. But I think the problem that they try to make it funny.
They did that to show women are smarter than men, or to say women are smarter than men and can pick up on stuff faster than men can.
They did things to make her a funny Hulk instead of a real angry, mean Hulk. She broke the fourth wall. That was the big thing. She broke the fourth wall. Siri, instead of without telling y'all the show, Siri came up with a magnificent plan to overcome the obstacle. The Scarlet Witch. She's actually portrayed right now next to Captain Marvel as the strongest character in the Marvel universe. Scarlet Witch and Captain Marvel. Go ahead.
With a lot of them that you just said, right? What happened to Professor X? What happened to Wolverine?
They're bringing them back.
You see what I'm saying? Right, but I'm just saying, like,
they're reinventing them.
Yeah, they have to, because they kicked it all off. And if you really want to, Marvel history real quick. Marvel's about to go under. Then they made the first Blade movie, and the first Blade movie made so much money that they was able to make 3 more movies. I just want to throw that in real quick. My bad, y'all.
2 more.
No, 3 more. No, not Blade movies. I'm just saying 3 more Marvel movies.
Oh, okay.
3 more Marvel. Yeah, off of the money from Blade, they was able to make 3 more Marvel movies.
Right. Okay.
Like you said, 2 Blades and whatever the other one was. But where's all when you look at the sales, the money that these Marvel movies were made? Okay, Thor, Love and Thunder. They made Thor look crappy and made Jane, she became Thor. If you ain't seen it, I didn't tell you nothing right there. That's nothing. You can see the preview and get that part, right? Because it's a whole lot more to go with it. But they made her super strong and made him look terrible. So
that's how you took that?
That's how it came across. He was all lost and stuff, and then he see the hammer, and you know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to give away the movie, but I didn't. The critics, okay, not only me, but the critics gave it the same type of thing. Like, really, y'all really messing these movies up, and the people are not going to watch them in the second week.
Black Widow did suck.
You know what I'm saying? Arrow. I ain't hating on. I know a lot of people like these shows. You know what I'm saying? These was the Netflix stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And even some of the movies. You keep pushing all this women stuff, and you see the women aren't even going to support it. The women aren't supporting it. You can't think the men are going to go watch all these movies in a row, right? In the same time that they introduced what they said, 7 superhero-esque, or whatever they would call them, female superheroes, it's been 20 male characters that died off in the same time span. Like,
really?
And I ain't hating. I'm not hating, right? But I'm just saying, a lot of these movies, men not gonna go watch. Captain Marvel did terrible in the theaters. Cause to be honest, she didn't do well in the movie. That's just my opinion on it. She tried to be sarcastic and stuff like that in that role, and it didn't come across well.
I think
the girl who played the sidekick did pretty good.
I think the reason a lot of these female movies aren't doing as good as they could, because no one knows the comic, the true comic character. They know the Avengers are symbol characters.
Absolutely.
And then when you get these people that don't stand on a movie,
it don't work.
They can't support the movie. It'd be good movies though.
Yeah, with big budgets, but it don't come across because, like you said, we don't know those characters. We don't know them outside of the Avengers or the Justice League or whatever they was a part of. Like a lot of the Justice League characters couldn't carry a movie by themselves. It wasn't for Superman being in there, Batman being in there, Wonder Woman being in there. The rest of them, Cyborg and stuff, we know them. We know who they are. But come on now.
Yeah.
It's going to have another big name superhero or villain in that movie for him to carry his own movie.
Yeah.
Arrow ain't going to have a movie by itself. Ain't that Hawkeye. But it was called Arrow, Green Arrow or some shit like that.
No, Hawkeye had a TV series.
That's what I mean, the TV series. He probably will never have his own movie.
I mean, it's not that much to talk about him.
And that's my point. He's not a superhero.
Like the series just introduced the new Hawkeye, basically, which was the girl.
Okay, right. And it's a bow and arrow, so you're not really a superhero. But once again, my point
Now,
being...
Arrow ran for like 7 or 8 seasons. Then they killed him off. Then they destroyed the whole Arrow universe.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's just the Flash universe.
And it's like, it don't come across. It's like every male superhero they had, they tried to make a female one of it. And this is, like I said, Marvel's idea. So don't be like, oh, say you saying, no. They wanted to come across with another, version. Like a lot of them claim to be woke, and it's coming across in their movies. And it's not crossing over well because enough women don't go watch Marvel movies in the theaters.
True.
You see what I'm saying?
True.
Men are the ones going to the theaters in the most as a whole to watch these Marvel movies. So when you telling men, and no disrespect, but Scarlet Witch is coming out, you're not gonna get a bunch of men running to go see Scarlet Witch.
No.
It might do okay, but you ain't gonna have a bunch of men running.
She's a good actor, though.
She's a great actor, but I'm just saying, the character is dope too. But I'm just saying, you're
But
not
like
gonna have a bunch of men.
Black Widow, she just...
That's another one though. You're not gonna have a bunch of men running to it. Wonder Woman did well. Why? Because most men grew up with Wonder Woman. We know Wonder Woman. She was side by side with Superman and Batman and all of them.
But I mean, in that sense, Black Widow doesn't sell sex.
Right.
Wonder Woman sells
Absolutely.
the perception of sex.
Because she half naked, nice body and stuff like that. Absolutely. And I understand, they shouldn't have to be like that to sell their movie. But Wonder Woman was like that from the beginning. That was her outfit. You know what I'm saying?
It was.
And it's always gonna be the outfit. Catwoman always had on the cat suit.
She did.
You know what I'm saying? But once again, a lot of these Marvel movies are too woke. They are too woke. And you pushing all these movies back to back, and look at the numbers. I can't make this shit up. They ain't doing well, or as well as they thought it would. Where they barely making their money back. Or when the last time you heard a Marvel movie only making $100 million? And I say only as if I have it, but I'm just saying for them that's nothing. They consider that movie a failure almost. $100 million. They like, that's it. They used to making $1 billion profit, and we talking about worldwide, y'all. Like they don't be making they on these last 3-4 movies.
That would be Wakanda Forever.
No, okay. Wakanda Forever. They didn't make Woman King. I don't think. No. The last 3 Marvel movies didn't do well at all, y'all. And they said
the last 3. So the Ant, and the Wasp.
No. Well, not the last 3 in a row. They talking about the last 3 woman movies that they pushed. They count Captain Marvel as one of them, and you know what I'm saying, like stuff like
Marvel,
that. But
Black Widow, Wakanda Forever.
They just saying that in those second weeks, the drop off is so drastic. Okay, the all time right now number 1 is Thor: Love and Thunder. That's the biggest drop off in movie history so far as Marvel is concerned, from week 1 to week 2. Number 2 is Wakanda Forever, and I hate to say that, but number 2 is Wakanda Forever as the biggest drop off in Marvel history. This whole, and once again, I'm not, matter of fact, let's take it off of movies. Let's go to sports.
Okay.
Since WNBA is a hot topic, right? I made a video saying they should.
Brittany Griner's back.
She's back. Should I say this? No? Let's say this. Somebody should call the audible.
Why? She's dunking.
Okay, I feel that, but and I don't want to sound wrong, but I'm gonna keep that one to myself. I'm not gonna say that. I'm glad she's home. I'm so glad she's home, but I'm talking about Buddy, the other dude. You know what I'm saying? Pardon me, she's not a dude, but the other person. I don't want people to think I'm saying she's a dude, then I'm saying the other dude. But I'm saying her and then the guy. That y'all know who that? Y'all need to read up on him. If y'all don't know what his nickname is, let me tell him.
Yeah.
The Merchant of Death.
Yeah.
That's his nickname.
I wouldn't have traded her ass for him.
The Merchant of Death is his nickname.
And I know that sounds kind of foul because they're like, oh, this you so against women.
And I'm
not against women, but
not at all.
we have a Marine over there. A Marine
Who
that saves lives. Brittany just plays basketball.
And you know they said he's off. He's out of the deal, off the top. He's out of the picture. This what they said. Allegedly, this what they told America. He's out of the picture.
I know allegedly. That's what they
from
said.
the beginning of negotiations. He's out of the picture. What the America should have said, well, Buddy over here is out of the picture from the beginning.
That's it.
You gonna play hardball? We gonna play hardball too. Now let's start with somebody else. But the pressure was on, allegedly,
to get her out.
Right. Now, like I said, I'm glad she's back. I'm so glad she's back. She shouldn't even been over there that long that she was over there. You know what I'm saying?
He shouldn't be over. He's been over there for 4 years.
Oh no. I agree. But you know they said they're accusing him anyway of being a spy.
I mean, even if he was,
I don't, man. Bring
the
that
government
man home.
yeah,
too.
exactly. Bring him home.
Bring him home, man. Bring all our service people home. Anybody else locked up. But now look, I seen a meme today that somebody said, oh, we can go get such and such out of jail from another country, but we can't get our own people out of jail right here. But anyway, we getting off subject. Let's get back on.
Yeah.
So when you talk about sports, the WNBA, right? And I made a video about this as well. Kyrie gave millions out of his own pocket. You don't hear none of them saying anything about him.
No support.
None. Zero. Where is it at? And as a matter of fact, as a whole, they need to say something.
As a whole, he's running down the wrong rabbit hole. Anything attached to that is going up in flames.
You know,
so that's why they're not reaching out.
Okay, and I can understand that, right? But what happens when you ain't getting no bread because you ain't got no money, and the only person who was helping you out is now going through a little bit of trouble? And now that he's out of it, right? Now he's back playing and shit. What if you're like, you know what? I remember. I remember who was there and who wasn't.
Yeah.
I helped y'all out. I gave y'all millions of dollars on 2 occasions. And when I went through a little bit of hot water, nobody said nothing. Now I'm out. You know what? Y'all on your own. Because
he wouldn't be wrong.
He wouldn't be wrong at all. But then they'll try to eat him up and tear him a new one for that. And that wouldn't be right. But see, like we said earlier, women don't support women activities. Why y'all
gave
not?
him his money in the first place.
Huh?
He should have gave him his money in the first place.
Well, I mean, I can understand he was helping them out, trying to make sure, you know what I'm saying, they get paid and
But
stuff,
I'm saying, even if a whole other league, a whole male league, didn't feel the need, why did you?
Well, the league as a whole gives them $10 million a year to supplement. You know what I'm
talking
saying?
about that money.
I mean, I know you're talking about the players, right? Well, maybe he figured if he started, other players would follow suit. Excuse me. Maybe he thought other players would follow suit. You know what I'm saying?
He's not Bron. He's not Kobe. He's not Bron. He's not Kevin.
Right. Well, I mean, he just decided to do it. You know what I'm saying? And the amount that he gave, I guess, to him wasn't much.
Okay.
You know, but none of them said nothing on his behalf.
And they're not going to.
And that's messed up, right? Okay, so why women don't go and support the WNBA?
Because it's not appealing.
I mean, but still, it's women. Women supposed to be there for other women, and you know
they
what I'm
don't look
saying?
at those women as women. They look at those women as men.
So the men supposed to be the ones going to the WNBA games.
Yep.
Oh wow. But you know that's not gonna happen.
It's
It's not
not
gonna be that many. I've been to a few myself.
It's not gonna happen.
So is it men's fault if the men don't go to the WNBA?
No. The WNBA was created for women.
Right.
It wasn't created for men.
Absolutely. And
but women don't look at them as other women.
Oh, let me ask you this then.
Unless they into that type of lifestyle. Then they might support them, but it's not a whole bunch of them because most of them are either already married or they like men.
Do you agree or disagree? Tell me how you feel about this statement. The WNBA players said that the WNBA is further along at this point now than the NBA was at this point. Meaning when the NBA was 20 years old, I think she said, or 25, however old the WNBA is, they're further along than the NBA was.
I can say that, yeah. They had a 20-year blueprint to look at.
And I was just about to say it. your little brother, metaphorically speaking, your little brother should be further ahead than you.
When you were,
if you're 25 years older than him. 25 years or whatever it might be. I think it's a little more, whatever it is.
We pushed
right?
35.
Yeah, and they 25. Right, yeah. So 50 years, right? So if you grown when your brother is born, he should have it either than what you had it because of you. As well as your parents, but because of you, because of the information you know. So with that being said, I agree. The WNBA should be further along because the NBA had to figure it out. Negotiate TV deal, contracts, positions. Right.
3-point line.
Right. How many players on the team? You know what I'm saying? And once again, y'all, anyway, we just pointing out certain things. But I just, like I said before, we need every female basketball player in the country, high school, to go to college, to go to these games in your city. All of them. Then, because if you see a college game, especially like South Carolina and these big schools like that, they gyms be packed. You feel the energy from outside. I watch them college games. They be jumping. Woo, especially when it's tournament season. What? Them female games, and I watch the male too, of course, but them female games be good.
They do.
And for whatever reason, the WNBA games don't have that same energy. They just
don't. They
don't.
play for the same love.
Right.
They made it.
Man, it's like
the NBA.
And then
once you made it,
that's it. You don't have to put in that same kind of work. Man, them college games, y'all seen them college games.
Not unless you're trying to be the marquee.
Right.
Because you could go back to all the Kobe interviews and he'll say how he been in the gym 24/7. You be like, when did you go home? When did you have time to make these babies? But other players be like, man,
Kobe was in there.
Kobe was in the gym, but
you wasn't with me
like,
in the gym.
I made it to the league. I work out. I went to practice. And then Kobe say, I don't trust you. So why would I pass you the ball if I don't trust you? If you're not in the gym working like I'm working, why would I give you the ball? And people were like, okay, well, I'm gonna start getting in the gym then,
right?
Because I want the ball. I want the endorsement deals.
That's true. All right, well, listen, y'all. That's all we got for this episode right here, though. Be sure to hit that like button,
subscribe, comment, leave a notification bell.
Absolutely. Do all that good stuff, and remember, sub to us. We sub back.
Thoughts for your boy podcast.
That being said, I'm your boy Said. I'm out of time till the next time.
I'm your boy Dis. Peace.